Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? So, all right, I want to start getting back into hauls kind of in a similar way to like I used to, where I just hauled almost everything. Well, maybe I won't haul like paper towels and stuff like that, even though it was kind of fun, but I kind of just, I missed that a little bit. Well, it'll be probably posted by the time I post this video. I posted a vlog and I kind of talked a little bit about, I don't know, anyway, I kind of want to get back into doing hauls, and this video is probably going to be a long video. I have a lot of things to show. I kind of want to talk about some things that are going on with me, and I feel like I'm a very like checklist, like my mind kind of, okay, you got to do this, do this, do this, which sometimes it's really good, but sometimes it can disrupt the flow. So I'm just gonna kind of have a few things that I want to bring up and that I want to touch on, and then I want to show you guys some stuff as well, because I'm really excited about the things that I purchased. This is over a few trips. A lot of this stuff is from Amazon, and I do have Amazon links, so I'm going to be putting my Amazon links. I just remembered something I forgot. It's all right, maybe I'll show it in a different one. So anyway, I will be putting my Amazon links in the description below, and if there's anything, well, I have some other stuff that's from like Marshalls. I always say that's so country, Marshalls. I don't know, but I have some other stuff that, you know, I don't know if I can find it on Amazon, like if I can find a link at a good price on Amazon, like comparable to like what I paid for it, or if I could find it for a little bit less, watch me find it for like half what I paid or something. But I'll put links for that below too, but I'll try to mention what's Amazon and what's not. So, but a lot of this is Amazon. There might be just a couple, I don't think it'll be a lot, but there might be just a very few couple repeats from one of my last videos, because it kind of ties in. I kind of forgot all what I showed. I remember, but like I had a bunch of stuff coming in, and so anyway, all right. I do want to talk about kind of some personal stuff, but let me get going with what I have here, and then we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. So, all right, where do I start with? Okay, should I start with I'm going to start with maybe the most random thing. This I don't even know if I'll find a link for or not. I don't know. This might not be a good thing to start with. Okay, but I'll start with it since I'm talking about it. I just thought I would mention it, just kind of like for fun. So I've been drinking bone broth lately, just from the cupboard, or from the container. Feels like it's going to explode or something. This is the kind that I got. I'm gonna try different kinds. I think it's probably good if you get it without. I like the taste when it has like salt and sodium in it, but I feel like it might be good to have it without, because then you might be drinking more salt. I don't know, but this is what I got. Pacific Foods. I think this is from either Target or Walmart. I think it's from Walmart. Organic bone broth, different than chicken broth, and then this unsalted chicken. So I guess that's, I don't know, but I would drink it now, but I have my Invisalign in, so you don't want to get the bone broth on your Invisalign. It kind of helps quench my hunger a little bit and kind of my thirst at the same time. Bone broth is really good for you, and so I've been drinking that more, and I've been kind of, maybe I'm like getting older, but I'm like kind of excited about it. It just kind of makes me happy to do. So, all right, so that's probably the most mundane thing. I think everything else will be a little more exciting than that. So, all right, so bone broth. All right, so this, okay, well, I don't have an Amazon link for this, but I can probably find the website I bought it from. So Alt Fragrance, I actually posted this in my Instagram stories. All right, so Alt is basically a brand of fragrances. They make, inspired by like very high-end fragrances or whatnot, they kind of make alternative versions, and a lot of them, I haven't smelled all of the real versions that they imitate of, but they smell good. This is my second bottle from Alt. My first one is Cherry Smash, which is an imitation of Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but like Tom Ford Lost Cherry is like I said this in the previous video, it's like I think $300-400. I'm just like, I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I'm like, that's just a lot, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know, I'm not like, I don't know, anyway. But this is, I think this was like 40 bucks or something like that. Sometimes they have sales, so it might be a little bit less. Now this is called Crystal, okay? And this is the imitation of Baccarat Rouge 540, I believe it is. That, I've never smelt that actual fragrance, but I hear about it a lot. It's like a very high-end, luxurious, it's like, you hear a lot about that. It's like it's very expensive, so it's like people like it, you know, because they want to like smell expensive. I've never smelt the real thing, but obviously I'm intrigued by it, and so this is Alt's dupe version of it. It smells good. This is the thing, the more I smell it, the more I like it. When I very first bought it, I had this, I probably shouldn't admit this, but I had like, I haven't drank for a while actually, but I feel like guilty, like I shouldn't be talking about this, but I had like one of those nights where I had a few glasses of wine and I was like feeling, I don't know if I was feeling good or feeling bad, but I was buying stuff. You should have seen me try to log in with my pen. It wasn't working out the best, but anyway, so I bought this. I'm like, let me just try it, you know? So I should probably edit that part out, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, but I bought this, and when it came in and I smelt it, I expected it just to like knock my socks off. I expected it just to be like, whoa, this is the best. When I very first smelt it, I didn't immediately just love it. I was a little like, oh, okay. I feel bad saying that, but I was a little bit like, I don't know if I want to say let down. I was expecting, you know how it is when something's hyped up and you get it, you're just expecting like this big, huge thing. Yeah, I'm like, oh, gosh, I don't know. I'm like, is it for me? Is it too like this? I'm like, But the more I tried it a few more times, and now I really like it. So it might be a little bit of a, what's the word? I want to say caffeinated taste, evolved taste, acquired. It might be like a little bit, why am I like hitting it? It might be a little bit of an acquired taste, but anyway, I really, really like it. I feel like, wow, I feel like I've used a lot more than that, actually. I've had this for a few weeks. I feel like I've used a lot more, but I still use my, Cherry Punk. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I blanked on the name. Cherry Punk by Room 1015. But this has kind of been like my fragrance I've been using a lot. I really like it. I really do recommend it. Again, I haven't smelt the real Baccarat Rouge 540, but whenever I spray it, I kind of feel like I walk around smelling like that, and I have had people like compliment me and tell me I smell good when I have this on. A lot of times I'll wear it by itself, but sometimes I will mix it, and I really like it. It makes me happy. So that, should I do Marshalls or Amazon? Let me do some Amazon stuff. I might kind of mix it up. I might do some Amazon and some Marshalls. We'll kind of see how it goes. So where do I begin? All right, I think I may have talked about this in past videos, so I'm gonna try not to go into, this is gonna be a talkative video, but I don't want people to get bored if I repeat something I said in my last video. But long story short, there's so much more detail I could go into this. In the past, I have a full head of hair, okay, right now. In the past, I've struggled with hair loss, and there are a few things that I do to keep my hair, okay? Like there's a few things I do to keep my hair. I could do videos and videos and videos on that, but one of the things that I do is take a certain medication to help me keep my hair. And I had taken it for years. For the first time in years, I had started to experience side effects, and they weren't like the kind of side effects that you could like live with. It wasn't like, oh, it just gave you a little cough or something like that. No, it was like, okay, I can't take it. So I've taken a break from that medication. I am planning on actually, and I've talked with medical professionals about this, but I am planning on starting it back up at a lesser dosage. There's other things I do to maintain my hair aside from just that. So I'm not like totally unprotected, and I've upped my game and other things I've been doing, but for the sake of time, I'll talk probably a little bit more about that in this video, but there's other things too that I've done, that I'm doing, and right now I'm planning on getting back at the medication, just at a more titrated dose, you know, just maybe that dose was, even though for years I was fine, anyway, so, all right, why did I say that? Oh, because a lot of this stuff has to do with, there's a lot of natural things that I am doing to keep my hair. I'm not like totally all natural with everything I do. I'm not like totally all natural, but I do like natural remedies, but I'm not against medical. I'm like kind of a mix of both, with a lot of things in life. Like I like the thought of being all natural, but then if there's something medical grade, I'll just call it medical grade or whatever, that can help me, that wouldn't harm me, that would really help me, I'm gonna take advantage of that, you know. And I have done another thing for my hair, medical grade. But anyway, so a lot of what I'm looking into, and I've learned a lot more about this than I had ever expected to at one point, but natural oils, I may have said this already, but there was this guy on YouTube. There's this one guy's video in particular. There's probably a bunch of videos, but I found this one guy, and he used rosemary on his hair, and he was experiencing hair loss, hair thinning, and his hair thickened up magnificently. Like, he did a before and after, and his before and after was like, I mean, same angle, same lighting, and it was impressive. And he went the natural route. So I'm like, okay, I think there is something to this natural stuff. Again, I'm not declining to do anything medical grade. Like, I am looking at getting back on my medication on a lesser dose and doing other stuff. But that really inspired me. You know what? Let's maybe amp up what I can do naturally. So I'm doing a lot of natural oils. I could go into big stories about these, but this, I think, might be one of the things I've already showed. Pumpkin seed oil, okay? This particular bottle in particular, I think this may just be topical. I'm looking at, like, there's different pumpkin seed oils that apparently you can ingest, which I might get more that I can, and I can mix it into my food. But this I do topically, okay? I put this on my hair topically. I'll show you a few others, and I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about what I do with that. Peppermint oil. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. That's okay. I knew I was gonna forget something. Well, here, let me show what you already saw what it was. But peppermint oil, rosemary oil. Rosemary oil's been a big thing. It's very hyped up right now, which sometimes my people say, oh, it's just hype. But I do really think that there is something to it. It is really hyped up, okay? Like, I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I think there is something to it. I really think there is something to it. Lavender oil, believe it or not. I'm gonna come back and talk a little more about lavender oil here in a minute. And this is the one thing I forgot to bring over, but I will link it below and I'll explain a little bit about these. I bought the Miel, very, very hyped up product. It's rosemary mint oil. I bought that. So that oil is not straight pure raspberry. It's not straight pure rosemary oil, but that's okay, because this is the thing. You don't necessarily, there's some oils that you don't want to put on your scalp or on your skin undiluted. So like, it would be not recommended to put rosemary oil just straight on your scalp. Like, this is 100%, like, this is ingredients. This is all rosemary oil. I will link this, and I will link these two because I really like this brand. This brand from Amazon is Majestic Pure. I like this brand a lot. I have some other stuff from this brand that I'm gonna show you too, and that's kind of, I'm a little bit new to this, but that's kind of become my go-to brand. There's so many choices, and I'm like, I don't want to cheap out and buy a cheap option, but then I don't want to be dumb and buy something just because it's more expensive if something less would be just the same or even better. So you're kind of like, you know, you get what you pay for, but then I'm like, do I just buy the most expensive thing? Is that, anyway, but this has kind of become a brand that I trust. This has been my go-to brand. The Miel or whatnot oil, it's not pure rosemary oil, but you don't want to put just pure rosemary oil on your scalp. So that's like pre-diluted. You can put that on your scalp directly, you know, the kind that I forgot to bring over, the Miel. That you can, because it's diluted with other oils, so it's like ready to use. This you would have to mix with carrier oil, which I got some carrier oils. There's another way that I use this too, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So don't be turned off if you look at the ingredients in the Miel oil and it's not pure rosemary oil. I have heard of people putting pure rosemary oil on their scalp. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. I don't think I'm like especially sensitive to it, but I haven't tried that yet. And I haven't done, which I've missed doing them. I've wanted to do them, but I intentionally haven't done any oil treatments on my hair for little bit. It's been not quite 2 weeks, which I'll talk about why. at the end of the 2-week period, I'm gonna resume them again, but I'll talk about why I haven't here in a minute. I got some carrier oils. I haven't used this yet because I bought this kind of shortly before I had to take a temporary break. Avocado oil. Now, this is not from Amazon. I couldn't even tell what the brand is because the darn sticker's covering it up. It was $5.99. There you go. But this is avocado oil. I thought, okay, I'll get it as a carrier oil. This was in the cooking section at TJ Maxx, or at Marshall's, actually, I think it was. And this kind is, you got to make sure you get 100% of the real thing. This is 100% pure avocado oil. Okay, so I bought this and I heard someone say, yeah, you really got to be careful with, I think, avocado oil in particular. Sometimes they say it's avocado oil, but it's really mixed with other stuff. So anyway, so I'm like, oh man, did I get the wrong thing? But no, this one is good. So I eat avocados almost every day, actually. So I guess I'm getting a lot of avocado oil on the inside of me. But that, I also got jojoba oil. Okay, I haven't used this yet because I haven't been oiling, but I'm going to use this as a carrier oil. I'm also wondering if I could use this in my hair on like the ends as a leave-in conditioner. Oh man, I forgot. Okay, let me, I need to grab something. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if I'm gonna edit that out or I'll just leave that in, so sorry for the temporary silence. Let me sit back. All right, so this is the Mael. So I just figured I'll get it while I was talking about it. So this is the one I was talking about before. So that, what I've done before I took my break from oiling is I would mix roughly about equal parts of this and then this, and I would put them on my scalp. And I would let them sit for, I don't leave them in overnight, but I would let it sit on my, it's mainly for my scalp, for scalp health, but you know, then I put it on the rest of my hair. I would say at least half hour, but if I only had 10 minutes, I would do 10 minutes. I do it before I shower. And usually when I'm in my routine, which I'm really looking forward to get back into my routine, I actually really kind of enjoy it. Like it's something I kind of look forward to doing. I'll put it in my hair and I know I'm gonna get a shower afterwards, so I'm not worried about like making a mess. And then I will walk around and I'll like do my chores or do like some of my chores, or I'll do things that I can do with the oil sitting on my head, you know? So I'll just, if I take an hour to do my chores or like I think I have exercised with oil in my hair before, just done like a little at-home workout, which I guess you might have to be careful about it sweating, like running in your eyes or whatnot, but I think I have done that before. So I try to incorporate it in like that, so it's not like I'm just sitting there for a half hour or whatnot. But another thing I do, I could talk so much about this, I really massage my scalp, which I've taken a break from doing that I'll talk about why I've taken a break next, but I really work it into my scalp. I mean, okay, this might be kind of gross and people are gonna say don't do this to your forehead, but I like, see how my forehead skin is like moving like that? I do that with my scalp, and my scalp has loosened up a little bit. My scalp was tighter, but I do that with my scalp to get the blood circulation going, and I do that both when I have oil in my hair and when I don't. So that's a time when I'm doing it. It feels good. I also work the muscles right here. We don't have muscles on the top of our head, but we kind of have them surrounding our head. And scalp tightness there's so much information out there about hair loss. And I mean, DHT, you know, that's, I think I think there is something to the DHT thing, but I think there's even other factors with that. But there's so much information about hair loss, and bottom line is no one really knows everything. Like there's a lot we don't know. There's things that we do know and ways that we do treat it, but there's so much out there that we don't know, you know. But anyway, so that's a time where I really get in my scalp massage. I've been doing scalp massages more, I'll use the word aggressively, more seriously, more intensely, both in I really work my scalp and time. Like I do it, I really take the time to do it. I might sit there for 10, 20 minutes and do it. I might do it 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I could shampoo. I kind of get carried away. Like when I shampoo my hair, I could shampoo and I just could kind of get lost in thoughts. It's like that when I brush my teeth too. I could just like keep on brushing and brushing. I'm thinking about something, so I do that with my hair in the shower with shampoo. So I take advantage of that time and I enjoy it. I feel like I'm doing something good. It's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like working out. In a way, it's helping your hair, it's helping your scalp. So I could talk so much about that. So much about that. Another thing, this is what I grabbed because this is really important that I show you guys. This is from Amazon. This is a water filter. This is just the box for it right here. This, I think it was like the overall pick or one of those things from Amazon, Aqua Bliss. I will link this one below. I'll look at the one I got and I will link it below. It was so easy to put on my shower. I was like, I kind of feel like I'm the kind of person where I could mess, even something could be easy. And I feel like I would be the one person in the world who has some type of unique situation where I'm looking at the instructions and I'm like, but mine doesn't do that or whatever. Like, or I'm like, I don't get it. But it was easy to install. It was a little bit different for me, but it was so easy to install. It was like, I installed it. I'm like, oh, that was it. Like I kind of was, I don't want to paint it out like I'm a total dummy, but it was one of those things where I got it and I didn't put it on my shower head for a few days because I'm like, I was like afraid I would mess it up and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get my regular shower back. And, like I was afraid of messing something up, but I'm like, I was feeling motivated and I just did it and I did it. I'm like, oh, that was it. That was easy. So really easy to install. If you have hard water, I would highly, highly, highly recommend a water filter. This was not expensive. This is just something I put on my shower head. So like my sinks, they're not filtered, but when I wash my body and my hair and when I'm in the shower, that water is being filtered. And the first night that I used it, I've only used it it's only been a few nights now. I haven't been using it for that long. The first night I used it, I didn't put any leave-in product in my hair. Usually, my hair is healthy too, that's the thing. I don't want to take too much time with going into this, but I noticed a difference the first night that I used it. And I think this is one of those things that probably like the more you use it, the more you'll like it. And then because you have to change the cartilage like every 6 months or so. I don't know, I guess it depends on how much you use it. I have to kind of look into that, but I just got it, so I'll be good for a while. But like I've heard people have water filters and they notice when it's time to change the cartilage and they haven't, or do you call it cartilage? No, cartilage is like, or your ear and nose having them. Cartilage. I don't know, you know what I mean. When they have to change it, they notice, they're like, oh my gosh. So they're like, why is my skin so dry? Why is my hair so tangly? I heard about it, I'm like, doesn't really make it does make a difference. So if you have hard water, not every area does, but I kind of knew that I did. And anyway, so this might seem like a boring thing, but I'm really excited about it. It was not expensive. It was like $30 something. I will link it below. You can get this, and this one, there's different colors. I got like not chrome, but like the brushed nickel, I think it was, where it's a little bit muted. The real thing, it's installed, so I can't bring it out, but I really, really like it a lot. Like, anyway, so all right, moving on. I could go on about that. Let me show you I have some more Amazon things, but let me do some Marshalls things real quick. I'm gonna do these. I got these shoes. I could probably find a link for these on Amazon. I'll look, but these, I got them from Marshalls. They were about $40 from Marshalls. They're Hey Dudes, and I like them. I think this is my first pair of Hey Dudes that I've owned. But they're from the sock collection based on the tag. I brought the box over because I didn't want to sell them on the floor. Yeah, the socks collection. So I like them. They kind of have a little bit of red. I think it's hard to see in this light. Yeah, just a little bit mixed in. I know it probably just looks dark on camera, but I like these. I kind of like that color. I don't know. They had some different colors, but this was kind of mine. Anyway, I like them. They're just a quick slip on, kind of good for this time of year when it's kind of starting to, it's warming up a little bit, but it's not quite summer yet. You know, it's not quite spring or summer, so they're just kind of, you could definitely wear them in the summer, but they're kind of good for that, you know, when you kind of want to feel like you're dressing for summer, but still a little chilly. Those are, it's like perfect for that. So I really like those. I'll try to find a link for those below, but I did get those from Marshall's. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll leave that for later because I want to focus on this stuff. Oh, I want to tell you some other ways that I use my oils, but we'll come back to that. Let me do, I almost didn't know if I wanted to show these, but this makes me so happy. Like, this just makes me happy. I probably will be able to find a link for these on Amazon, but these are from Marshall's. The Scrub Daddy sponges. They make me happy. I had a Scrub Daddy sponge and I got from Target like a long time ago, and I put it under the cabinet and I wasn't using it. I think I was like saving it for a special occasion or something. I know that sounds silly. That is silly, but I think I was like saving it because like, oh, it's so cool. I don't want to like mess it up. I mean, it's a sponge. That's what it's supposed to be done to it. But I'm like, my gosh, Sam, you're going to die someday. Just use it. Like, you know, so I'm like, okay, I'll use it. So I started using it, and it's just, it just makes me smile. Like when I do the dishes, because I use it as my dish washer. And I found these at TJ Maxx, or no, at Marshall's, and I bought them. I almost brought the one that I'm using now. I have like a little crab, like a little Scrub Daddy crab. I love it so much. It has like grooves in it, so you can really like clean. It like is effective in cleaning too, and it makes me happy to look at. It makes me smile. So I got these, and these I got a couple weeks ago, and then these I got today. These are like, it's like a little starfish and a little, you can't see, it's hard to see, but he's like a little octopus. And I should almost bring the crab look, and like a little octopus or turtle. Maybe he's a turtle. That just makes me happy. And it's kind of funny because the girl who rang me out at Marshall's, she recognizes me from like coming in there, you know, and like there was a time where I hadn't been there for a little while, so she's like, oh, I haven't seen you for a while, you know. And she rang me out today, and she said, I forgot how it came up, but she saw what I was getting. She said, oh, a little like fun for when you do the dishes. I'm like, yeah, just something to kind of make you happy. And then she joked, she's like, you know, they have like the smiley face one. She's like, they should make like a mad one, like a frown face one. And I said, well, actually, it's kind of funny because I said I had, my very first one was a smiley face one, and I used it like till the end of its life, basically. And I said it was kind of funny, but towards the end of me using it, it actually started to look like a frowny face because it was smile, but it was so like worn out and stretched out that it looked kind of sad. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, I felt bad like throwing it away, you know, but I'm like, she's like, no, she's like, it was telling you that it was time and it was ready for a new one. So anyway, it was kind of fun, but all right, anyway. So those, it makes me happy. I love the crab one. If I find any more crab ones, I'm going to get like a bunch of them. They had like multiple packs of these, but I'm like, okay, let's pace yourself a little bit, you know. But I am gonna get more of the crab ones if I see the crab ones, just because he makes me so happy. It just makes me happy. All right, so those, I have another thing in here that I'm like almost embarrassed to show you, but I think I might show you. I'll do some other stuff first. I love brushes. This is I have a bunch of brushes. This is kind of one of my tried and true brushes. This is the wet brush for men. There you go. I take this with me almost everywhere I go. I just throw it in my backpack, and I use this sometimes to kind of massage my scalp. Sometimes I'll use my hands. Sometimes I'll use a tool like this. It feels good. The bristles on this, they're like flexible enough, but they're stiff enough and flexible enough. It's like just the perfect ratio. I like it. This is kind of like one of my favorite brushes. I take this with me almost everywhere I go. So I use it for my hair, obviously, and I use it for, a big focus has also been my scalp. So I use it for that. This is a similar style to that. This is the Tangle Tease. This was on clearance for like really cheap, like $4.50. They only had one left, and I don't know, I got it. It's pink, but I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it's all right. Kind of like almost a watermelon-y color, but the brushes on this, well, here, let me get that real quick. Or the bristles on this is for thick and curly hair, except, okay, so my hair is fine textured. It might be getting a little bit thicker in the next few weeks, but Oh, I said I was going to talk about that next and I didn't, but my hair's fine and relatively straight. It does have wave, and if I really let it air dry, if I got caught in the rain, there would be some curl, but my hair goes relatively straight pretty easily. So even though I don't have like thick, coarse, curly hair, at least not yet, this, I just felt like this would be good for my scalp. It feels good. Okay, and probably, I think it's fine if I put this on my scalp like right here, but it feels good. It's to get that blood flow stimulated. This is kind of like, the bristles are more plasticky. They're not like silicone-y, they're more plastic, whereas these are a little more metalish. But I like the different textures. I really do. I notice a difference, and it's kind of like, some people might think this is a little much, but it's kind of like you're eating food, and sometimes you might want a burger. This might be your burger and fries. Sometimes you might be in the mood for fish and pasta or whatnot. This is it. You're still getting fed, but it's like you're just in the mood for something a little different. You've been using this on your scalp a lot. Oh, let me try this. Okay, that feels good. Okay, now I'm ready to go back to this. So I kind of have a bunch of brushes, and I think of them kind of like that. Like, they're brushes and they're kind of massage tools for me as well. So there's that. All right, okay. Oh, okay, I'll show you that, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save these. Okay, I have two things I'm like a little, I'm not embarrassed, but I'm like a little, like, I feel like I should be embarrassed. I feel like two of these things I'm gonna show, I feel like if I watch this video back like 2 years from now, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you were so embarrassing. But I don't know, I might show you anyway. So more to follow on those items. I love Sunless Tanner. I love Sunless Tanner. You might look at me, I might look relatively fair-skinned or pale right now, but I actually have a good amount of Sunless Tanner on. I don't hate pale skin. Like, I think some people can look really good with pale skin, but for me personally, I do go through times. I go through phases where I try to let my tan fade out for various reasons. I won't go into everything, but I'm just not as happy when I don't have a tan. Or even if someone might look at me, they might think I need a tan. They might be like, man, you ain't that tan. But for me, I think I'm a little darker in person. These lights kind of blow me out a little bit, but I've noticed that. But even still, like, I have a decent amount of color for me. I feel better. I just feel like I look a little bit more handsome, and I have like a good tan. I'm not talking about some subtle glow. I'm talking like a good, well, for me, what a good tan would be. But I love Sunless Tanner. It's not the best for your skin. It does kind of dry your skin out, and I think but it stays on the very most outer layer of your skin. Like, it doesn't go down. So I feel like even if it does dry me out, it's not doing like permanent damage. And it's kind of like one of those things, I feel like I don't want to call it an evil. Oh, this is why. Okay, now I know why. It's almost kind of like a necessary evil, I feel like. Anyway, all right, enough about that. It's just, I need to do it. It makes me happy. I feel better. I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, I just feel more handsome, and it makes me happier. I get depressed when I don't have a tan. I start feeling like I want to get more plastic surgery when I don't have a tan. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to get something done. What do I need to get done next? It's a very, then when I tan, I'm like, okay, I feel like I can breathe a little bit easier now. So anyway, this is why my bag went off. When I was walking out the store, I set the alarm off, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And like, I had my bag of stuff, and I'm like, how did that happen? So I went over, and he's like, well, there's nothing in here that would have set it off. He's like, it's just acting funny. But I think it's this thing. I think it's that thing, because it's like a sticker. So that must be why the alarm got set off. So that's the reason. But these are Saint-Tropez. I always say Saint Tropez, but Saint-Tropez. These are Gradual Tan Classic Daily Youth Cream Booster. I think these are drops. I almost just got the rest of what was on the shelf, but oh man. Oh, Oh, I thought these were drops. Okay, well that's okay. I like trying different tanners. Apply daily or as desired, blending evenly over face, neck, and décolleté, chest. I don't know why I said it like that. But wash hands, okay, blah, 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 blah. So it's just like a gradual sunless tanner for the face. I thought it was like drops that you mix in with your moisturizer because I do have a bunch of those. But anyway, I will still use this. It's kind of like it's fun to have different brushes. It's fun to try different tanners. I use them. I've stopped doing them every day. If I have a good buildup, I will go a day without it. Otherwise, it can get a little too unnatural looking. But I use them 5 days a week. At least on my face fades pretty quick. My body stays tan pretty decently. I still fade, but like I haven't tanned my body. Today's Tuesday. I haven't tanned my body since Thursday, and I still have it, like my hands are kind of faded, but I still have like a decent tan on my body. I was trying on clothes today, like in the dressing room, and I'm like, okay, I'm still pretty okay. I'm gonna do my tanner, my body tan, probably twice a week, at least once a week, but I think I'm gonna do once to twice a week. I've done it times where I've done it like 3 times a week or like every other day, but I'm gonna do, I think I might cap myself at twice a week. And we'll see. I say that, but I changed my mind. So but I do something on my face every day, almost every day. I didn't do something last night because my face fades quick because I'm doing like my scrubs and stuff like that. SelfTanner Classic, another thing to have in the mix. I don't think this has, oh, this does. Hopefully this ain't glittery because I don't want to be glittery. Anyway, but this kind, okay, it just kind of got out, but this kind does have like the color guide on it. So I use different kinds on my body than I use on my face. But anyway, I can talk more about that. But this I think is clear. This is another Saint-Tropez Daily Firming Lotion, light medium. I got that. I think this, okay, so this one does not, this one goes on clear, and then the DHA just works after it sits once it's applied. So I'll try that. I've literally, last year, I found a Saint-Tropez tanner that I really liked. I literally went from Marshalls to Marshalls to TJ Maxx to TJ Maxx like one day, and I literally bought like over 10. It wasn't this kind, they were in like the same shape bottle, but I literally bought like 10 of them. I still have them, I still use them. I haven't gone through them all yet, but anyway, so this is another one. I'm kind of like a collector of sunless tanner, kind of. I don't know, I just like to have different tools in my arsenal to use, but this is Hawaiian Tropic self-tanning foam. I usually like the foams for my body. Does this have a color guide? I assumed it did. Okay, it does. It does have a little bit of a color guide. Hopefully I didn't just make a mess, but don't be turned off by the color guide, because the color guide, like this is the thing. The color is that this is like this brown, tan, darker color. That's not going to be your final color. That's a guide to help you know where you're applying the lotion. And so if you're feeling pale and you want like immediate gratification, you'll get that from that. But that color guide will wash off. That part, well, I mean, your tan's not permanent anyway. Like a sunless tan's going to fade. Your skin recreates that layer within 7 days or less. So it's only going to last so long. It's not permanent. But the actual DHA, which that's what actually turns your skin, that's what makes your skin go through the color where the outermost layer of your skin turns that darker color, that's going to be what stays with you and fades off over those 7 days. This immediate color guide, that's not your final color. So a lot of people say, or some tanners will say that they put ingredients in their colors to make them not orange or not whatnot, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe it is possible. I don't know if that's possible for the final result. DHA is DHA. I don't know. I really should know more about it, but I'm just like, the immediate color guide could be orangey, could be kind of greenish. Sometimes people put green to counteract the orange. I don't know. It might be rather orange than green. I don't know, but that part doesn't matter as much unless you're like going out that night and you're doing it to, anyway. But that will fade within one wash. Once you wash it off, that part's gone. your tan skin is left behind. And okay, last thing I'll say, your tanner, even if you put the color guide on, and then like I buy some sunless tanners that you're supposed to leave on for, they're like express. They say like leave it on for an hour and then you're done, or you can leave it on more, but like an hour and then, you know, get like in and out, you know. Even if I rinse it off and I'm not super tan afterwards, sometimes I'll rinse them off and be like, man, I'm a little darker, but I still feel kind of pale. I'll wake up the next day and I will be tanner. So even after you rinse it off, sometimes it still keeps working. But anyway, I'm going on a lot about that. But this is another Hawaiian Tropic Sunless Tan. Oh, tanning lotion. I'm like, I didn't want tanning lotion where I lay out, but it's gradual tan. So I use Jergens Natural Glow a lot. So I would say this is probably comparable to like Jergens Natural Glow, which I really like that. Jergens is like a tried and true. I really like that one a lot. This one does not have a color guide. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No, I just kind of knew. But yeah, this one goes on clear. So it might be, well, anyway. All right. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know. I never get stuff like this. This is also why. See this, okay, this had it on that too. That's why the alarm went off. But bro. Oh, let me show you. I never get stuff like this, but I was walking by it and something told me that I might like it. So I looked at like the real price and it was really expensive. Like from Marshalls, it was only $16.99. But when you look it up online, it's like, I think like $40 at the lower end, something like that. But this is the Josie. I know I feel silly, but I'm like, Sam, like man up and like don't use stuff like this. But I don't know. I think it's fine. It kind of makes it's fine. Josie Moran Argan Prosperity Mist. I had like I knew it was called and I read it, but it's like a struggle. So this I think is, I don't get stuff like this, but I just got this off a whim, like a gut instinct, just like a very gut instinct. Something inside told me to get it, so I got it. Maybe that's silly, but that's what I did. So this looks like it would be a sunless tanner, but it's not. It's just it says body oil, which I don't like lotion on my body. I mean, sunless tanning lotion I'll use for the color, but I use lotion on my hands and on my face, but I don't know, sometimes I will put lotion on, but not a lot. Sometimes it feels too greasy, too sticky, you know, but something told me just get it. I think I'll like this. So I'm gonna have to report back, but this is what it is. Let me just try it real quick. I have some other stuff to show you guys, so I don't think I have to shake it. Don't tune out yet, but it's like okay. Put on my lips. I don't know if you're supposed to. I think you can. So like I mentioned before, sunless tanner, DHA dries out your skin. It dries out your skin. They have some with hyaluronic acid, with things that say they're moisturizing and hydrating, and I'm sure that helps. I'm sure it helps because there's some tanners that dry your skin out more than others. I have noticed that, but it dries out your skin. It's a part of what happens when the DHA interacts with your skin. It dries it out. I don't particularly like that side effect of it, but it's not so bad that it stops me from using it. The benefit still outweighs the side effect. So, but I do things to try to like hydrate my skin a little bit more. Like if I have a fresh sunless tan on, you know, I rinse it off and you know, it's like fresh though, like I just did it, like I do it, well, anyway, I'll talk about my routine maybe in a different video, but if my skin is dry, that's when maybe I will put like lotion on like my legs or arms, or, you know, I will do it then because my skin sometimes it's not so bad, but sometimes it's a little dry. So I don't know, I got this. So I'll report back to you on that. I just felt like something inside just said try it, and so I did. All right, I'm gonna do some Amazon things, okay? And then okay, I have something that I'm a little embarrassed that I bought. I don't know, it's actually not that embarrassing, but I'll save that for after these Amazon things. So let me put these back on. If I can find a link for that, for the oil that I was talking about on Amazon, I will. You might want to check TJ Maxx or Marshalls because I got it for like $16.99, so $17. I think online it goes for more. So, I mean, if you just, I mean, sometimes I just want something right then and there. I don't want to run. Sometimes you don't want to run to store. Oh, does it have it? Does it have it? Does it have it? Because that takes time. You know what I mean? That takes time. So sometimes it is worth to buy something just right then and there. You know, I just got Amazon Prime like a couple months ago. I love it. I use it. Well, I mean, I use Amazon. I've been using it a lot more lately, and Prime to me is worth it. Prime to me is worth it. I've had people say that to me. I had one person, I remember one person in particular, she's like, Prime is just worth it. It's just worth it. I'm just telling you, just do it. People think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but it's worth it. I am telling you, getting Amazon Prime is worth it. I really love having Prime. But anyway, I will link that, but you know, if you're in TJ Maxx a lot and you want to try it, I don't know if it might be a little more online. Anyway, maybe not. Anyway, all right, enough about that. So back to some Amazon stuff. So, okay, let me do this. How I've been using these now, what I will do is I will, once I'm able to do my hair treatments, let me talk about this. So, okay, this is going to be, I still have things to show you, but I'm going to explain something for a minute. So, because I have temporarily taken the medication that helps prevent hair loss, because I've taken that out of the mix because of significant side effects, you know, I am mixing it back in, but I'm taking about a month break. It hasn't been quite a month, but they say it's okay to take a break for a month, you know, especially been using it for years. You know, sometimes you got to do that. It's not, they say not to worry about that, you know, so I kind of at least have that. But at the same time, I really want to keep my hair like so much. So I'm doing other things to aid with that. One thing that I've done, I use a laser helmet. I've used it for years. That is, aside from the hair transplant, the laser helmet and these St. Tropic hair vitamins. I could go on about these. I actually do have a link for these as well, which I will link below. I do not miss a dose of these. When I stopped my medication initially, I was so freaked out by my side effects that there were a couple days where I just didn't take anything at all. I just did a total detox, but I do not miss a dose of this. This is a 6-month supply. I have been taking this for years. I love this. I swear by these. These vitamins, these are one of the things that have helped my hair. I did this, and then shortly after I started taking these, I got on a laser helmet. That is when my hair started to flourish. My hair really started to thrive. My hair just, I was so happy. I was just genuinely like so happy. It was a happy time in my life. Anyway, so I've been using a laser helmet for years, and I recently, and I've gotten awesome results. I could link the product. I'm not, at least at this time, I'm not like affiliated with any companies or anything like that. But one thing I will say, I will try to find the link. Well, I should say try, I know exactly what it is. I'll link the one that I used, or the one that I'm using now. The one that I used was the original one. I think they still make it, but anyway, I'll have that below. I genuinely, in my heart, believe in laser helmet therapy. I think it's good for hair. I think it's good for your skin. And when I say hair, I mean hair, but also like scalp, you know, where your hair grows, like the skin on your scalp. It was one of those things that I thought at one time I thought it was just hype. I genuinely did. I thought it was just, how could that? I cannot tell you enough how much the laser helmet has made a difference in my hair. Like, just, it's like one of those things, I cannot say it enough. I don't care if I sound crazy. If you're experiencing hair loss or hair thinning, I highly, 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 highly recommend a laser helmet, particularly Eye Restore, which I will link below. I just so genuinely recommend. I think that's probably one of the reasons why going off the medication, it did and still kind of does like concern me a little bit, because I don't want my hair to get messed up. You know, my hair is really important to me, and I just want it to stay like it is at least, or get thicker, or have even more, you know, or get like longer and thicker and have more, you know, but I don't want it to go backwards. So that's kind of been one of the things that's kind of made me feel a little bit more ease, is the fact that, okay, I'm continuing with the laser helmet. I have a full head of hair, and that's the best time. It's best to start using it before your hair loss gets too bad. It's easier to prevent hair loss than it is to get hair back. But anyway, there's still some cases where you can. I bought the newest iRestore laser helmet, which I will link below. I just thought, okay, I'm going to upgrade my laser helmet. I thought about upgrading even before this whole medication switch up thing or whatnot. I have a natural DHT blocker that I'm taking, but anyway, I thought about upgrading before, but I'm like, no, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Just, use the one that you've been using. I think it is good to upgrade every so often, because the lasers over time, I think they can, like get a little bit worn, probably with something that you're using at home just on yourself. It's like more minimal usage than if like you were at a med spa and they were using them like daily, multiple times per day. But still, I'm like, okay, let me just get the updated, latest and greatest version. So I've done that. And then also, so this is why I've been saying that I haven't been doing my more aggressive scalp massages as much, or why I haven't been using the oils on my scalp as much, is because I just got a PRF treatment. Okay, it's kind of commonly known as PRP. Some people may not have heard of that either, and that's okay. But PRF it's the same concept as PRP. It's just a little bit different. It's like more advanced technology or whatever, but same ballpark, same realm of things. Okay, so you may like, the whole vampire facial where I think it was Kim Kardashian, where they showed a picture of her and she had like her face was like bloody or whatever, and they called it like the vampire facial. I'm pretty sure that this is what that was. It was a PRP, because you can get PRP facial in your face. Basically, they draw your own blood, and they have a machine that spins it for a certain amount of time, and it separates the platelet-rich plasma from the other parts of your blood. PRF keeps, I think, other aspects of your blood in it, because PRF keeps some other aspects of your blood mixed in with the platelet-rich plasma. Okay, this is my understanding, so don't quote me on this, because the thought of having some other components is that it'll make it last longer, like it'll carry a little bit more, whereas maybe just the PRP goes in, does its thing, and then it's done. The PRF goes in, does its thing before it's done. So hopefully that makes sense. But I had that done on not quite 2 weeks ago. Again, today's Tuesday. I had it done not this past Friday, but the Friday before. So this Friday or maybe Saturday is when I'll be able to kind of start up all this stuff again, which I'm looking forward to. They say that you should wait. I don't know, different people hear different things, or you see different things, but the general consensus for some things, maybe they say to wait longer, but they say don't even exercise. Don't even exercise for the first 2 weeks after you get it done. I'm like, what? But I want to do this. I want to do this right. I'm really following the rules on this because I want this to work. So I think I'd probably be fine if I did oils, but I'm just like, let me just follow the rules. I'll be okay if I don't do it for 2 weeks. I did something really impactful, so even if I'm losing a benefit from not doing the oils, I have the benefit from the PRF, so, but that's why, that is why. So should I talk more about that? I could talk more about that, but anyway, I'll talk a little more about it, then I'll show you some other things. It's going to take a little while for me to see results. This is the thing with hair. What you do today, you don't always, if you're working from the inside, if someone dyes their hair or cuts their hair or something like that, then you'll see the results immediately. But if you do something internally that would thicken your hair or thin your hair, you're not going to see the results that same day. That's something that takes weeks, even months sometimes, before you see the effects of it. So the PRF is good, PRF and PRP, it's good to help thicken up hair. If someone is shiny bald in a certain area, then they're like, okay, it's really not going to do anything. But if you have hair that's maybe been weakened, or if you have a full head of hair and you want to keep it and maybe even enhance it, that's when it's really best, because it sends signals for your scalp to produce collagen, to produce things that are going to produce stronger and thicker hair. She also did a micro needling, really intense micro needling. It really, like, I mean, I trust what she did. Like, I'm glad she did it because I hear that there's like benefits to micro needling, but I have a micro needle. I've thought about doing it at home, but it doesn't freak me out, but I just don't want to do something wrong and like, mess anything up. So I'm trying to like go at a very conservative speed with that. But anyway, so yeah. All right, what else did I want to say? But I have a 12-week follow-up appointment at the end of April. But I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 12 weeks. I don't know. It's probably different for different people. But I do think this will help thicken my hair up, even just from the action of the needle going in alone. Because anyway, I could talk a lot more about that, but let me go on because I don't want to lose anyone. So what I've been doing now though, since I haven't been doing my main oil treatments, is I will mix a couple drops of this rosemary oil. Like last night I did rosemary, like 5 drops, and I even did lavender. Where's my lavender? I have another thing to say about lavender. 4 to 5 drops. Some people might even say that that's too much. In with my shampoo. My shampoo is another thing I could talk about, but for sake of time, won't go into that now. Sorry, I'm like trying not to not hiccuping, but I don't like swallowing my spit, anyway. But that's kind of what I've been doing now, like just putting it in my shampoo, so I at least get a little bit of the benefit, but that I feel like I'm not breaking the rules. So there's that. Oh, off the topic, what I do with lavender, I might be breaking the rules. You might not be supposed to do this, but I take lavender, and because it's a very calming, I would say it does help me fall asleep. It does. I take literally like 1 drop. Literally, this might be totally wrong, so don't, do it at your own risk, but it might be totally wrong. I don't know. You might not be supposed to do this, but that's what I do. I take it, I put it on my wrist, just like literally 1 drop, and then I just, kind of do that thing a little bit. It relaxes me at night. I do that. That's one of the last things I do before I go to bed. It's kind of part of my nighttime routine. I really like it. It really just, stress is another thing that can contribute to hair loss. So I'm really watching my stress levels as best I can, and I think I'm getting better at it. Actually, I feel like a little calmer now after I put my lavender oil on. Anyway. Yeah, this brand is good. Majestic Pure. I like this. All right, speaking of, okay. This is the tub. I don't know if I should be mixing in metal or maybe I should find plastic, but I set it on a thing to dry, so that's why it has the mark in the middle. But I put my shampoo in here and then my oils, kind of mix it up, and then that's what I use for my shampoo. So, Castor oil. Castor oil has been like another one of those things that has been extremely hyped, that it might be so hyped that people may say, that's all hype. It might be being, I don't know how to say that. It might be being, feel like real country. It might be being a little bit oversold, not oversold like stores are overselling it, but like people are hyping it up so much that it might be like overdoing it. But I really think that there is a good degree of benefit to castor oil. I don't use this directly on my hair because I am concerned about it. I think from what I understand, and I'm learning more, maybe I'll say something different next time, but I think certain oils are, I know I'm going to say the word wrong. I know what the word is, but where it clogs you up, so I haven't been using castor oil on my scalp because of that, although my shampoo has castor oil in it, so I think that's fine. Maybe I am still getting a little bit benefit, but I wanted to try it because I'm hearing so much about it. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, okay, people are hyping it up, so I'm not gonna, it's kind of like this. Like when people hype something up, you get it, you expect to like grow wings and start flying or something, but then you're like, oh, well, I didn't start flying, so, what are they so excited about? But then you do use it and you're like, oh, okay, I do like this. That's kind of my thought process on it. And I really do kind of like castor oil. I have two really good ones. I would personally recommend these two brands that I have here. I'm sure there's other good ones out, but these are what I know, and they're working for me. And if you are in the market for castor oil or any essential oil, like what I was saying before, there's so many things out there. I'm like, how do you know? You could almost get like decision fatigue. So I'm going to link these that I highly recommend. One was a recommendation from another YouTuber, no one who like knows me or anything, but just someone who I watch. And then the other one was just one that I just picked, and it was a good one. So, all right, so there's probably more than two, but there's at least two basic different types of castor oil. This is the lighter castor oil. I kind of want to show you, but I didn't bring oh, here we go. I had them right there, ready to go. So this kind is a little bit lighter, like lighter in color. I don't want to waste it, but I want to show you. Okay, so see, it's like clear, basically. It feels so magical. Like the texture of it is, it's a different, I'm gonna put it on my lips. I put it on my lips. The texture of it, you don't need a lot of this. I am like the king of overusing things, you know, and using a lot, but you don't need a lot. This, I believe, actually helps to heal your body, like the underlying causes of whatever you have. It's not just like a mask or Band-Aid that you put on. Like, I think it immediately gives you relief. Like it'll, you know, like my lips are now being immediately moisturized. But like even after I wipe this off or it wears off, they'll still be better. My lips will still be better than had I not put this on. I've been using this like on my skin, like on my face. I've been putting this under my eyes. I think my under eye dark circles, you might look at me and you'd be like, man, you got some. Actually, my dark circles under my eyes have been, I've only used this for like maybe not even 2 weeks. And I kind of have been doing it, I want to say almost every night. And I'm developing my routine, so I probably will get to the point. This is like an awkward way for me to put it on. I poured it out kind of awkwardly. I put it under my eyes like this. Sometimes I just do that like before I shower. You know, I'll just leave it on like as long as, I love the way it feels when it has like a sound when you like rub it. It feels magical. It just feels like energy. I don't want to like oversell it, but that's, when I very first got it, I almost felt like, I don't know, maybe because it was hyped up, but I felt like, oh, I think there is something to this. Sometimes I do that and I just leave it. It might be a little bit shiny now, but that will kind of dissipate. But even if I were to wipe it off, you know, like kind of wipe it off, I feel like the benefit would still kind of be there. Sometimes I'll put it like all over my face, like even my neck and stuff. But that, I think it's really helped with my dark circles. And I think it's just a very good, like, oh, I got a little in my hair. That's all right. I'm going to get my shower after this. But I think it's a very good, like, overall anti-aging treatment. There's so many ways that people have used this. I'm learning about a lot of those ways, but just for a very brief introduction, this is one way I've been using it, you know, like under my eyes at least. And I really think it's helped with my dark under eye circles. You might be like, oh, you still got some, but I feel like this looks a lot less severe than it otherwise could. And I've only been using it for not that long. This is the thing though, too. You got to be consistent with this stuff. You have to be consistent daily. I mean, some things you don't use daily, like you might do an oil treatment once a week or 3 times a week or something, or, you know, whatever the protocol is. But you have to use this. I mean, some things like I could use this every night, you know. You got to be consistent with it and you got to give it time. It's not, although sometimes I did wake up, I'm like, oh, I feel better already. Like, so I think with some of it, there can be some immediate benefit, but I think the real benefits start after you've been doing it consistently. So I kind of know that with this going in, and I feel like already I'm starting to see benefits of it, and I've barely just begun, you know. So This is the kind, okay, this is, I think I have some other stuff from this brand. So this is another brand I would say is good. I just got a hair on this. Oh, I made a little bit of a mess. I try really not to waste this stuff. I mean, this is gonna last me for like a long time, but unless I start using it all over my body, which I might, but anyway. Handcraft Blends is the brand. This is a good one. I really like trying to be kind of quiet so I'm not disturbing the neighbors. I really like this particular kind a lot. I will link this below. This is the one that was recommended by another YouTuber, and then this is from Majestic Pure, okay, the brand. This is kind of what turned me on to the Majestic Pure company. This is the Jamaican Black Castor Oil. So this is also castor oil, except you can see it's darker, whereas this one was clear. This one is darker. Now I think the thought is that, or I don't know if maybe it's probably proven, but like this kind is more intense. So like sometimes I will use this on my face. Just what I just did with this, I will sometimes do with this. This is like a little more serious or whatever, more heavy duty, you know? So they say if there's an area where you want to be careful, maybe just use this, but I don't know, I hear about people using this too and they're fine. I kind of like having both. Like I said, a lot of times I do put it all over my face, even my neck. Like I usually don't have my shirt on when I do these oil treatments. Sometimes I do, but like sometimes I don't. I know I'm in the shower and I'm just like, you know, getting ready to get in the shower, and even if I walk around my apartment and do chores or whatever, you know, I'll put it down my neck, like down my chest, like even like a little just like down my stomach or whatever. And I would kind of do the same with this. Let me show you. Good thing I have this roll of towels. All right, so you can kind of see, you can see the color already, but just to show you what it looks like, bro, I'm like looking in the viewfinder and then, so see, it's like a little bit, bro, a little bit darker, maybe not quite as dark. When it's all compact in the bottle, it looks a little darker, and you want to keep these in a kind of a darker, I'm smelling it, kind of a darker, cooler place. This kind does have a little bit of a scent to it. I actually, now that I've been using it, I kind of like it. I can get how people might be kind of turned off by it. I heard it, the YouTuber who mentioned this to me, I will link this particular one, because this was like the one I particularly wanted from that YouTuber's recommendation. I'll also link that YouTuber because I just discovered her channel. I'm like, oh, I like her. So I'll link her, and I will link this oil below. What was I saying? Yeah, I heard her describe it as kind of like it has a campfire smell. And I heard her say that. I didn't have it in yet. I hadn't ordered it yet. That was before I ordered it. I thought, campfire smell. That might be kind of a good masculine, manly. Yeah, oh, he smells like a campfire. That might be a good thing, you know. So I'm like, okay. It does have a little more of a scent than a campfire smell. It does kind of have a campfire smell. When I very first smelt it, it reminded me of like, almost like really good food, like really good Italian pasta. The more you use it, like the more you smell it, you know, but it's not bad. I mean, it's still worth it to me to use it. I feel like the smell does kind of dissipate. So anyway, but Jamaican Black Castor Oil, I, again, highly recommend both of these in particular. I'm sure there's some other good brands out there, but if you just need a place to start or you're wanting to try a different one, I think these are two top-notch brands. Because there's different grades, or there's different, I don't know, like I feel like those are like really good quality ones. So that, all right, a few more things. Oh, I didn't show you the embarrassing things yet. Okay, let me show you these other things. So to stay in the theme of oil, except this I've been cooking with. I guess I could use this in my hair. I don't know, I might do more research on it, but this oil, flax oil, there's a few foods, like natural foods and oils, that have DHT blocking properties. DHT is something that miniaturizes hair follicles in certain people and, you know, thins and balds the hair. So I like to inhibit DHT. We need DHT. It's like you don't want to inhibit it too much, but you don't want it to be getting built up in your hair follicles. So I do things to kind of calm the fire of the DHT. I'll say it like that. So this is a natural way. Flax oil. Okay, this is the thing. Even if someone wasn't concerned about their hair thinning or anything like that, I bought this because I'm trying to incorporate natural things just into my regular diet. I'm still doing other things, but I'm like, okay, let me just get this natural stuff going so that everything I'm doing can have a synergistic effect and really help to give me the best hair possible. That's what I want, is the best. Well, I want like the best, I want the best hair possible as long as it's like a full head of. Oh, anyway, I'm getting like too OCD because I'm getting like too specific because I don't want someone to say the best and say, well, what if the best is 80%? No, I want 100%. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So I'm doing things like that. So that's why I bought this. But this tastes so good. Oh my gosh. I make a toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I do not own a toaster oven. I toast it on the stovetop. Like I have a frying pan and I toast the bread. And I put my peanut butter and jelly on the bread. It's so good. I have really cleaned up my diet. Some people might talk about the sugars and stuff in peanut butter and jelly. And I do hear that, but that's like my, there's a few things I still keep in, but I've really, 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 really cleaned up my diet. And anyway, but this tastes so good. I used to think of oils that you cook with as just, oh, oil's oil, whether you use canola oil, olive oil, coconut oil. I don't know. I used to kind of like, who cares? What difference does it make? You would hear some were healthy, some weren't. I'm like, well, you're not using that much. It's only on there for a little bit, but it makes a difference. It really makes a difference. The oils I was using before, like I would use coconut oil, sometimes butter. I love butter, but I wasn't always crazy about the taste that it made on when it was fried. I don't know. I kind of like it. I had to be in the mood for it. We'll put it like that. Maybe there's different butters, but anyway, this makes my sandwiches taste so good. It's like a very nutty taste. It's like a very nutty. It's so good. It's so good. Like I actually crave it. Like I'm looking forward to making dinner tonight so that I can make it with this. And my mouth is literally starting to water. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I will link this below. This is from Amazon. You might be able to find other places, but it is from Amazon. I ordered this because I have Amazon Prime. I ordered this, let's say at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I ordered it, and it was on my doorstep by 8 o'clock, like 9 o'clock that night, 8:30 maybe. So I got to use it that night. I don't think everything always works out like that, but a lot of things have. I ordered one thing. I think I ordered some oils. Like I think I ordered maybe it was even my castor oil. I ordered it one morning at I had one of those sleepless nights weeks ago, and I ordered it like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it came by like 7 o'clock, like 7 a.m. I'm like, that was quick. I don't know, I want to say maybe it wasn't that quick, but I think it was like pretty quick. I'm like, man, that's impressive. Anyway, but I keep this in the fridge after you open it. If I haven't said that already, I think that keeps it fresher for longer. I love this. I will be repurchasing this again. Flaxseed oil. Two other things I got, kind of along the same vein of incorporating foods and things in my diet to help me keep my hair. Pumpkin seeds. I got a whole bunch of them. Pumpkin seeds and flax seeds. I will link these below. I think this brand is pretty good. I've only just got them, but like this brand seem like the real deal. Like there's so many things out there, and it kind of goes back to, I kind of think you get what you pay for, but then I know there's sometimes where you can maybe get the same thing and you don't have. I think some things, I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't want to be unwise and spend more if I don't have to, but I don't want to cheap out and not get something that's as good, especially if it's something that's very important to me, like what I'm trying to do with this stuff. So anyway, these are so good. I will eat them by the handfuls, both of them. I will eat them by the handfuls. And I'm going to show you what they look like, but my hands are dirty. Anyway, should I show you real quick? Do you care? People gonna care? Oh my gosh. They smell so good. These kind do not have the husks, or no shell. So I feel like there's nutrition in the shell. I didn't realize that when I bought them, but I think it's okay. They taste so good. Oh my gosh, they taste so good. Oh my gosh. I love these so much. This just makes me so happy. These are smaller. I mix them in, like you can mix them in with a salad. You could even put like a little bit of this on your salad. I make guacamole a lot, or like chopped avocados, and I will put it in with my guacamole, with my avocados. It's so good. It is so good. If I just need a little snack, little sip of my bone broth, a few handfuls of this, a few handfuls of that, I will be repurchasing these so much. So hopefully, well, I was gonna say hopefully they'll last me a while, but hopefully I go through them because I want to eat them and get the benefits. So anyway, I love those so much. I'm so happy I found those. They're so good, and I feel like I'm doing something really good for my hair. So, all right, last but not least, the embarrassing thing. I don't know. I probably hyped this up too much. I've hyped this up too much. It made me happy, kind of like how like this stuff makes me happy. I love, I've been using like scalp brushes or like shampoo brushes, you know, I have a bunch of them. I've been a little less using them because of my PRP. She did it mainly just in my hairline, and then she did go back a little bit into the crown area. So like my sides, you know, weren't treated or whatnot, which that area is fine anyway. But anyway, so sometimes I'll do stuff on the sides of my head for right now, but soon I'll be able to get back in my routine. This just made me happy. It was a little bit, I saw it, like, I kind of had to talk with myself. I'm like, Sam, bro, you don't need that. Do you really need that, Sam? You think it's a little cute now, but you're gonna be like, Sam, you're gonna like make fun of yourself. So, okay. A scalp brush, but it's a frog, it's a little frog. See, this is like where you put your fingers to hold it. And these bristles on it, I don't have a scalp brush with this same type of bristle. Like, I feel like I kind of want to open it. Bro. Okay, so these are kind of silicone-y. I thought these were going to be like more plasticky, but they are kind of silicone-y, which is, I mean, there's a need for that. Oh yeah, okay, I like that. Like, I literally would have like this like by my bed, and when I'm falling asleep, I might be like watching TV or watching YouTube. When I'm like, you know, getting ready to doze off for the night, I will go all over. It's almost kind of like brushing your teeth. I am kind of doing it over where I had the PRP, but I think it's okay. Get that blood flowing. These aren't, like, you can do things that are a little more intensive, but like this is like, I don't know, I just like doing it. It feels good. You could like, you know, almost could be like a couples massage thing where I feel like I'm on QVC or something like that. These are from Marshall's, so I don't know if I'll be able to find a link for them, but if I can find one, I will put it down there. So that, I don't know, but anyway, so that little frog just kind of makes me happy. Like, if I wanted to take one with me in my backpack and I look down at my backpack and saw this little guy, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? So let me do a little scalp massage. Anyway, so there's that. I know, probably giving people blackmail over me. Okay, this one has a little heart on it, which I'm like, okay, we didn't need I don't hate hearts, but I'm like, okay, we could man it up a little bit and not do the heart. I don't think these were designed to be super manned up, but little hedgehog. Look at that. Almost looks like a tongue, like he's sticking his tongue out. I think these are like, are they the same brand or different brand? These are, oh, they are the same brand. So, okay, that'll be good. That'll help me find something like that online. Watch me find more, like want to buy more. So let me open this guy up. Again, these are from Marshall's. They were $5.99, and I'm pretty sure $5.99, $5.99. So I'll find the best deal that I can on Amazon, because sometimes Marshall's has stuff, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like these bristles on this little hedgehog feel a little stronger. Look, okay, I don't hate the heart, but okay, it's a little, I know this whole thing is a little much, but I'm like, okay, I don't know, rather it be like a tongue sticking out, you know? I don't know, maybe I'll learn to love it. I like this little guy. What should we name him? What we want to name these guys? If someone is still watching this video till this end of the video, I think you deserve to have a suggestion on what you think we should name these guys. So let me know what you think. What should we name this guy? What should we name this guy? Thoughts? Okay, I was gonna try to think of something, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah, the bristles on this are harder, which I kind of like. They're not, I mean, they're still like silicone-y, but these seem a little weaker, which is not bad. That's not bad. Sometimes that helps you get a different texture massage, so that's not bad. It kind of goes back to what I was saying with the brushes. Sometimes you just want different feelings, you know? If you're feeling like you just want a little something, go with this guy. If you want a little more, see, like, I could just get carried away and do that. I feel like this would be like a good ASMR thing. This would like feel good to like have someone else do to your scalp. You know what I mean? I can definitely tell the difference in the bristles. Like I could sit, I mean, I literally, man. Yeah, these are more weak, or these are more strong. So, all right, I think that, oh, there is one more thing. There's one more thing. This video has gotten so long, I'm gonna save it for a different video, but all right. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave my links below. Thank you so much, especially if you've made it through this whole video. I really appreciate your support. So anyway, thank you so much. I will see you in my next video.